story point is about this area. This is a point called the Balance. In 1980, I went to New York City for a bit of time, and which is a whole other story that we can't get into, but right, geez, that's what it is. Anyway, I was in New York City for a year, and I bounced back here to Boston. And at that time, in this area, there were 2 liquor stores. Now there's only one in the immediate area. And my friend, James Dickerson, Steve, lived here at that time. And
the piano factory.
The piano factory, yeah, this point takes place here. It's called the Balance. I am visiting someone in an apartment located around the corner from a long row of broken down tenements. At either end of that block is a liquor store. We have little money, but in celebration of my return from New York City to Boston, we roll $2 worth of pennies and go to one of the liquor stores to buy beer. The gaunt, black cashier taps his jeweled, long-nailed fingers on the counter suspiciously, picks up a roll, balances it in his slender palm, and says, "Man, there ain't no 50 cent here." He opens the roll, counts the pennies, and he's right, 48. I envy this ability to know the full measure of a thing by its weight, no more, no less. Between us, we have 2 pennies. On the way back, I notice a disheveled figure sprawled across the steps of a boarded-up brick building. I'm told he lives there, has for years. He's luckier than most. People give him things, take care of him. Later, we drink beer and talk about women we thought loved us once. I want to say something is terrible and wrong, that there's more to this evening than our carefully measured desperation, than realize I'm at peace in a friend's home. All right, let's what we did wrong. All right. This is for Peter and another friend of mine, Susan, who's here. I work with adolescents, and I think that one of the reasons I work with kids is I'm playing out my own adolescence, and gives me a chance to do that. It's great. This poem is called "What We Did Wrong," 1956, and it talks about hanging out with a bunch of males going through puberty. What we did wrong, 1956. What we thought we did wrong was lust for the new bodies of the older girls. We delighted in a child's tests of cruelty. Tearing things apart made us whole. The Jewish junkman suspected this and drove his old gray daily by us in silence. The time he left his wagon unattended, we set fire to the oily rags piled up in it. When he came screaming down the road, the air blackened with our laughter. We laughed at the yellow-eyed Negro who chased us epileptic through the town's main street on Saturday afternoons when we were 12. And we made the alcoholic Indian dance around the flagpole in front of the post office until the night he was run over dead by a drunken traveling salesman on 490. 25 years later, I see those older girls young and feel again that dumb ache after a madness none of us understood. pace a bit. There's a section in this poem that has to do with, there's a section in this book that has to do with relationships and friendships. And I want to read 2 poems about that. This poem is called On a Summer Evening Under a Full Moon, I Think of an Old Friend. It's for William Kennett. And there's an epigraph by Poe-Shee. Ha! Never make light of a cup of wine. It can pour out our whole lives. A breeze waves through the screen doors, and I walk to the porch. Insects listen for the secrets of green leaves. I think of hours of conversation long years ago, and drinking the wines you know so well. How young students come to your gift like fawns to clear water. The sky is certain as death. Tonight, the same moon is a perfect circle to us both. My cup glows in its cold light. Your friend, these miles away, drinks and remembers. And this is for Keith Kozler. The vacant lot, Jefferson Avenue. The gray and green shingled house is gone. Gone the magnolia tree that spread its soft petals where the dog ran in summer. Remember the joy in that place. Remember, too, pain so real it made us weep honest tears. We believed in spirits, certain they were good in some way we wanted. Poverty taught us need and care. Those days were passion or its lack. What vague hopes we had then return today in winter. If I stand here long enough, will I see again the rooms we once moved through? On a nearby maple branch, 2 sparrows perch, swell, and flutter. A few years ago, about 4, I guess, I went through a divorce. So did she. This is my perspective. There's an epigraph by William Stafford. The poem is called Going Back to the House. The epigraph by Stafford is, so the world happens twice. Once, what we see it as. Second, it legends itself deep the way it is. I go back to the house near the island, between the river and ocean. Here, I believed no wrong could enter. Upstairs, behind a closed door, you lie in anger and certainty. This is the only resolution. Still unsure, I remove the last belonging I've chosen to take. The wedding pictures, in a pose of joy and common interest, remain on the otherwise empty bookcase. I walk to the river. The world seems too bright, too warm. Gulls appear sullen in their low flight. I pick up colorful stones from the shore and command them in a steady procession through the water's glittering surface into the darkness we all will become. I keep an orange stone speckled with black as a symbol of trust. I go back to the house, stand outside, and watch where you move among rooms of antique and brass. One night, from that south window, I looked over your shoulder at the slow motion of stars and felt the world turning us away. All right, we're into the last section of the poem, last section of the book. A couple of poems